Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we're taking a look at one of my favorite commanders, Anhelo the Painter. I'm still debating on the best way to build him, so today we're trying a Bracket 3 Spellslinger deck. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Anhelo the Painter is a 3-mana 1/3 legendary vampire assassin with Death Touch. He makes it so that the first instant or sorcery we cast each turn has Casualty 2. Casualty is a cast trigger that basically says, copy this spell if you sacrifice a creature with power equal to or greater than whatever the number listed is. To be clear, we only sacrifice one creature. We can't sacrifice 2 1/1s, but we can sacrifice a 3/3 if we want. Okay, so we want a bunch of 2/2s, maybe tokens, maybe creatures that come back from the graveyard, maybe both. But we need to establish a balance between the two. We don't want too many token generators, otherwise we won't have enough room for our spells. We also don't want to run too many spells, because we won't have enough creatures to sacrifice in order to double them with our commander. Now, as a Bracket 3 deck, this is not a budget list. But every single expensive card on this list is a staple that can be used in other decks. The most expensive cards that almost every deck wants are lands. Good lands are pricey, and dropping hundreds of dollars on a set of fetch lands can feel daunting to a new player. But any experienced Commander player will agree, better lands make a better deck. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, BCW. BCW has been making high-quality, cost-effective products for both collectors and retailers for over 40 years. If you want to store, display, or sort your cards, check them out. I've been using their inner sleeves for years now and have never had an issue. Be sure to click the link down below and use code DANON10 for a 10% discount on your order. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. The plan is that I'll be streaming here in the next couple of weeks. My schedule lately has been hectic, so I haven't had the time. Now, we're going to change how we do things. If I'm streaming Final Fantasy XIV or some other video game, it'll be dual cast on Twitch and Musings by Danon, my anime and manga channel. If I'm building commander decks or something magic related, I'll be streaming over here as well as Twitch. I've roughed out a schedule, but I need to confirm a few things with cute stuff, so keep an eye out for now. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Polluted Delta, Bloodstained Mire, Scalding Tarn, Flooded Strand, Marsh Flats, Wooded Foothills, Xander's Lounge, Watery Grave, Blood Crypt, Steam Vents, Morphic Pool, Luxury Suite, Training Center, Shipwreck Marsh, Haunted Ridge, Stormcarved Coast, Drowned Catacomb, Dragon Skull Summit, Sulphur Falls, Undercity Sewers, Raucous Theater, Thundering Falls, Field of the Dead, Bajuka Bog, 4 Islands, 3 Swamps, and 4 Mountains. A good mix of fetches, fetchable lands, dual-colored lands, and basics. And some utility lands as well. For mana ramp, we've got Resonating Loot, Cormella Glamour Thief, Stormkiln Artist, Brass's Bounty, Solemn Simulacrum, Primal Amulet, Mana Geyser, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Dominance, Talisman of Indulgence, Talisman of Creativity, Dimir Signet, Rakdos Signet, Izzet Signet, Thrawn Dynamo, and Gilded Lotus. Lots of mana rocks, but also plenty of rituals to help our deck explode. Our card advantage package consists of Cast Dissident Mage, Big Score, Frantic Search, Archmage Emeritus, Unexpected Windfall, Jessica's Will, Factor Fiction, Deep Analysis, Solve the Equation, Windfall, Seagate Restoration, and Echo of Eons. Lots of ways to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Traumatic Critique, Bedevil, Feed the Swarm, Rakdos Charm, Counterspell, Mystic Confluence, Chaos Warp, Narset's Reversal, Tragic Slip, Negate, Terminate, Cruel Ultimatum, and Cut Ribbons. Our board wipes consist of Cyclonic Rift, River's Rebuke, and Hex. Pretty straightforward, especially with our commander. The core of our deck consists of Talran Sky Summoner, Jadar Ghoul Caller of Nephalia, Puppet Stitcher, Cryptic Pursuit, Bloodghast, Army of the Damned, Judith Carnage Connoisseur, Crackle with Power, Lagamos Hand of Hatred, Exsanguinate, Torment of Hailfire, Expansion Explosion, Dread Summons, and Dream Harvest. Supporting our plan, we've also got Twinning Staff, Double Vision, and Leyline of Anticipation. Figured it'd be fun to destroy our opponents on their turn. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 55 mana sources split between 37 lands, 17 pieces of ramp, and 1 MDFC. 12 pieces of card advantage, 13 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 3 pieces of Graveyard Hate in Rakdos Charm, Echo of Eons, and Bojuka Bog, several Sudden Eye Wind cards. Our whole deck is designed to generate a ton of mana by copying a ritual and then killing the table with a giant X spell. Crackle with Power, Exsanguinate, or Torment of Hailfire will all work for this. If we copy a Brass's Bounty or a Mana Geyser before we cast one of our big spells, we should end the game right there on the spot. Of course, as a backup, we just create an army of tokens and kill the table that way. Now, we do have some cards like Talrand who create tokens whenever we cast a spell. Some of you are going to ask if the Drake made by Talrand can be used as the casualty cost from Anhelo. The answer is no, not for the same spell. If we cast Bedevil as the first spell on our turn, Anhelo asks, as we're casting the spell, if we want to pay the casualty cost. At the same time, Talrand makes us a Drake. The Drake did not exist when we cast Bedevil, so we are unable to sacrifice it to copy our spell. That being said, that Drake can be sacrificed when we cast our first spell on the next turn. I hope that makes sense. Do you have an Anhelo the Painter commander deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Damon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Robert, Pi, Cazares, Patrick, Boomy, Oscar, Justin, Golden Walker, Sleech, Mr. Salty, Daniel, Zombie, Luke, Brian, Richard, Jeff, and Enra. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Damon.